Lions TV, this is a match report for the game that has just finished at the Den. The under-23s in their final game of the season finish on a high. They beat Sheff.Weds by 2-1. Tom Leahy coming off the bench, what a talent he is, emerging out of the Den with a bullet header in injury time to seal the victory. And as I said, finish the season on a positive note for Kevin Nugent and Paul Robinson. It's not been the best of season for the 23s. We've been very lucky over the last couple of years. And, you know, we had the Sam Skeffett and George Alexander sort of era where I think we won the league at one point. George Alexander scoring loads and loads of goals. This season it hasn't happened. Of course, a lot of those players have now moved on. And the new recruits are coming through. You can couple in also with that is a lot of them have gone out on loan because we got good 23s. They've gone out on loan. Hayden Muller wasn't involved today. He's actually back from the club now after his loan spell at St Johnstone. Not sure where he was, but he wasn't involved. Alex Mitchell, of course, went out on loan. He's doing well, as did Dan Moss. So we have got good players there still in that bracket, but they're not there at the minute. A lot of them have gone out on loan, which has sort of left it for, and it's not a bad thing, the younger generations come through. Tom Lee, I think he's a first-year pro. He's not a second-year pro, so along with Gilmore, the goalkeeper, amongst Nana Boateng and others. So it's very good to see the youngsters coming through, and I'm not too fussed about the league position. I love watching the 23s. I wasn't there today, as you can probably see. I'm in my conservatory. It was on recast, and I had other things to do. So I have just watched the whole game on recast, and I'm going to give you, my thoughts now. I'm going to start out with a starting 11. It was Jordan Gilmore in goal. 3 centre-backs were Arthur Penny, who's been on loan at Welling, Grant and Smith. I think that's Matt Smith. I don't really know much about Grant or Smith. Not seen a lot of them, but I thought Grant played very well in the game, which I'll go until shortly. Abdon Malaki was left wing-back. The ever-impressive George Walker, right wing-back. Central midfield was Jaden Davis, where I like to see him play in the middle, and he was very effective today, alongside Alfie Allen. And in the front three, it was Sean O'Brien, Nana Boateng and Abdul Malik. They were sort of interchanging and all that business. Sean was more of a central role, and again a fantastic player. The game starts like a house on fire. We get a free kick early out wide, brilliant delivery, as we know he can. Sean O'Brien, if he's got time on the ball, his deliveries are good and his touches are great. He can score goals. He likes the bomb on, but if he's got a dead ball at his feet, honestly, he's one of the best deliveries I've ever seen anywhere. And that's not me being dramatic. Fantastic ball in the box. And the aforementioned Grant at centre-back powers a header past the goalkeeper in the Sheff.Weds goal. That's like 4 minutes gone. However, it was disallowed for offside. But the young Lions did not let that deter them. They come again. Great work from Jaden Davis out on the left, switching left and right. Great right-footed cross, and it was Sean O'Brien, not known for his headers. I've just told you all his good bits, but he's not notoriously a great header of the ball. Not the tallest, but it's a flick header. Great connection with Davis's cross, across the goalkeeper and in to the far corner. After that, the way the game was started, I thought the floodgates were open, but it settled down quite a bit after that, and it wasn't the best of games, if I'm honest. But just, about 10 minutes before half-time, out of absolutely nowhere, at the cold-blown end, Sheff.Weds player gets the ball out wide, over by the Docker stand, at his feet. Is allowed a little bit too much time and space to travel, and he fires one past Jordan Gilmore, absolute rocket, into the opposite top corner, and Sheff.Weds go in at half-time, maybe undeservedly level after our early influx of pressure. But there you go. They come out for the second half, and I've got to be honest, second half, not too much happened. Again, great work from Boateng, feeds Sean O'Brien. His shot across the goalkeeper. Good save from there. Cat gets down, saves well with his left hand. Sheff.Weds came close on a couple of occasions. Jordan Gilmore gets down really well, smothers himself brave at a striker's feet on one of them, and another one was a looping shot that dipped onto the top of the net. And after that, you think we're heading for stalemate, we're heading for 1-1. The game's died a death, but once again, fantastic work from Jaden Davis in a very similar position to where he provided Sean O'Brien with his goal. At this point, it's at the other end of the course, though, at the cold blow lane, and Tom Lee with an absolute bullet header right down his eye line, into the back of the onion, flies past the Sheff.Weds goalkeeper, and that is your lot. The game finished not long after that. And as I've said about these 23s, they've had a sticky patch, yes, sort of last 5-10 games, but I love watching them because they've always got determination, they've always got fight, togetherness, team spirit, and they dig in and they score goals and they come from behind, and they score late as well. You'll be like Man United in the 90s, but they've done it again today, and they finished the season, as I've said, on a high. So that's the game. Not too much to cover. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk to you about who I honestly, genuinely think could progress at the club. There's young players in there. I'm not saying people like this couldn't progress, but Alfie Allen, Jordan Gilmore, the goalkeeper, and Arthur Penny, You know, they're good players, but they definitely need work. If I had to throw them into the first team tomorrow, no disrespect, boys, I wouldn't be doing it. Who could be in and around the first team right here, right now? Well, I'm not even counting Hayden Muller in the 23s anymore because he wasn't here today, and I'd love to see him progress into the first team next season as Alex Pearce's replacement. As we know, Alex Pearce is out of contract and won't be at the club next season. So I'd love to see Hayden step into that and travel with the first team every week with a view to getting in games. Nana Boateng, of course, has already made his debut against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. A brilliant time for him. On the other side, I don't want to keep slacking him off, but Abdul Malik is terrible. All he does for 90 minutes is give the ball away. He's not a bad version of Nana Boateng. They're very similar in stature and they're very similar type players. But Boateng's end product is a million times better. And I'd like to see him in and around the first team. If not, I definitely think he would progress very well with getting him out on loan to a League Two side without an absolute doubt. And he must be in the manager's mindset because although, yes, okay, COVID, etc., injuries, you know, maybe that's why he made his debut against Crystal Palace. But the one I want to talk about is Sean O'Brien. I've already spoke about him earlier on in the show, but he is a phenomenal talent. He is very, very composed on the ball. He's got fantastic vision. He's got fantastic ideas as well. Done a couple of flicks today and I thought, fucking hell, how do you even pick that out like short notice without trying to think? Just sort of reaction flicks and finding their targets. His dead balls are phenomenal. He likes to bomb on. The problem he got is we don't really play a 10, do we? And he is out and out a 10, really. He's played up front before at points and he scored some great goals last season. He can play wide, but he's predominantly a 10. Listen, Sean O'Brien should be in and around our first team. I have absolutely no doubt about that. I get in a minute that we're flying. I get in a minute we've got a lot of players in those attacking-ish positions, but like I always say, they're not getting any younger and they're going to need first team football at some point. So if you can't get Sean O'Brien in the first team, get him, Nana Boateng, get him out on loan and give him a good strong season like a Lafay's had, you know, in League Two, like Alex Mitchell's had in League Two, and Dan Moss now is also, of course, at Leyton Orient with Alex Mitchell. So, yeah, that's your lot. It finishes on a positive, as I said. 2-1, they run out winners at the Den. And finally, Tom Lee, listen, I keep backing him, saying he's a brilliant talent and he's going to score a lot of goals for us. Not your typical centre-forward. He's quick and he's short. But he's not weak, don't worry about that. He gets stuck right in and he scores some very important and classy goals for us. And I think he'll be the main striker there next season for us. No Zach Lovelace involved today. Of course, he did come back from injury. So I'm not sure where he stands, even in terms of, you know, if he's going to be at the club next season. But of course, interest from elsewhere. And let's not forget, he's only 17, so let's not rush him into the fold. Tom Lee expecting big things from him next season. Love to see Sean O'Brien and Nana Boateng, if not in and around the first team, then definitely out on loan at League Two clubs. And as I said, there's others in there that definitely can progress. George Walker flying down the right wing back. He's only young. Looking at him, I'm guessing he's only young. They're all young, but even younger maybe than some of the players that have been in and around that. I'm steaming on and I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see how that progresses in the summer. Lots to talk about. But as I said already, yeah, the under-23s finished the season on a high. So that's your lot for the 23 season, done and dusted, and it all goes over now. All focus to Saturday in Bournemouth. I didn't think I need to tell you what's going on now. We need a result and we need to rely on others elsewhere. But it's not impossible. It's Tuesday today, obviously, and I was going to film the preview because I'm at work tomorrow and Thursday, but I can't film the preview because, of course, tonight, Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest, and that's going to affect my preview because if Bournemouth win, they're up and they're out on the piss all week, hopefully, and they won't be in no fit state to face us at the Vitality Stadium on Saturday. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.